welcome back. How can we live in a non-dualistic way in this dual world? How can we live unity consciousness in a world where we experience mostly separation? I know this question is a question that many of you carry within yourselves. And this is where the rubber meets the road, because it requires of us not only to accept or understand intellectually the concept of we're all one, all is one and all is connected, but it asks us to actually translate that into life experience, into an approach to life, into a way of living here on this planet where there is polarity and duality everywhere. So how do we do it? How do we do it? With this video, I want to give concrete steps that you can take, that you can actually use in your daily life, because there's no point, really no point, in having all these beautiful spiritual concepts, reading them, talking about them, understanding them, if we don't live them. It's pointless, it's useless. We need to translate it into our living experience. And our experience, the experience of most of us, is that we are separate. I am me, you are you, he is him, and the house is the house, and the universe is the universe, and it feels like everything is separate while we are in this third dimension. And even though we know in our hearts that the truth is we're all one, we come all from the same source. There is nothing else but source energy. This is what everything is. Everything seen and unseen. Everything. And we know this, we feel it, and we know it intellectually. But yet our experience every day is that I interact with other people. And these other people do things that annoy me, or that are not in alignment with what I would do, or how I feel about it, or with my true essence. And the daily experience is that of separation from things. So how do we achieve a non-dual way of living, a unity consciousness state of being? And the first step that we absolutely need to take, because otherwise we won't achieve it, is we need to disidentify with ourselves. From our ego, from our little self, from our human self. We cannot enter unity consciousness from the perspective of the ego. It's just not possible, because the ego is separate. You as Peter or Mary or James, you are separate. If you identify with Peter, Mary, or James, with your history, with your thoughts, with your beliefs, with your emotions, with your intellect, with your mind, with your body, if you identify with that, you feel separate. So the first step is we need to find a way to allow our consciousness to be separate from the personality, us. To move beyond it and accept and experience ourselves as I am more. That's the first thing. And many of you know, or most of you know, if you watch this video, yes, I know I am more. I'm an eternal soul. So enter this state of mind, enter this state of consciousness and vibration. I am an eternal soul. I am source energy. I am consciousness. Yes, I'm also within this personality and within this body, within this life experience, but I am so much more. This is the first step we need to take so that we can view the world differently, because our ego will always be involved in one way or the other. Our ego, because it's separate, knows nothing else but separation consciousness and will judge what's going on out there. Either this is right or this is wrong, this is good or this is bad, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. There's judgment involved all the time, and this is the second step. Once we are ready to disidentify with our ego self and see this as one part of us, but we're so much more. We're universal, we are unconditional love and light. That's what we are. So when we enter that state, the next step then would be to go through the daily life and practice one thing. And that one thing is non-judgment. And this is a challenge. I don't want to say difficult, because difficult straight away gives our minds like this, oh, I don't know if I even want to try. It's a challenge. It's an invitation. And this is what this world is about. If we believe and if we know, we do not live without a purpose in this 3D world. We're exactly at the right place at the right time where we are right now. This is for us. So we do live in a world that is very much polarized, that is very much about opposites with everything. And we know we are one, and we want to live this unity consciousness. This means that first we give up the attachment to the illusion of being separate with this identity, and accept again that we are all, we're everything, because there is only this one everything. And then we go through our day within the body, obviously, and within our personality, but with this desire to be more than our body and our personality, to be more of our true selves, to be more of unconditional love and light of wisdom. And this is how we achieve this, is by not practicing non-judgment, by not judging. And we're so conditioned to judging all day long. This is what Earth does, and this is what, like, family members and other humans, this is how we're raised. Like, this is what everyone knows, and this is what they pass on to children. And so we need to untangle again from that construct. We can go through the day, and whenever we notice there's a judgment coming in, it could be strong or it could be subtle. Challenge yourself to go into unity and say, I am even this. What I see, what I'm about to judge, or what I have just judged as, I don't like this, this is wrong, this is bad, this is negative, I don't want it. Then come back to, this is also me, because all is one. And if this is also me, I can do what I truly want to do with everything. Because your true essence, meaning unconditional love, blesses everything. So then we get the chance to bless this, what we're about to judge or just judged. Then you go and bless it and you say, thank you for giving me the opportunity, and this is why we're on this planet, to help me realize who I am and who I want to be, and how I want to express my true essence here through this body, in this world. I bless you. I have no need to judge you, because when I judge you, I attack you. And when I attack you, I attack myself, because you're me. And so, in order to get out of this spiral, I bless you, dear annoying situation. I bless you because you're my teacher. Thank you. And now I discover what I feel like, because I'm able to bless even a situation like that. Wow. This is when you experience moving beyond duality. You experience yourself as being bigger than the judgment, bigger than the pattern, bigger than the conditioning, and bigger than the personality. And the more we practice that, the bigger we become, the greater, the broader our consciousness becomes. It widens, it expands. Our heart space, our loving ability expands. And then all of a sudden, we go through life, and everything in this world we realize is our teacher. And there is nothing to be dismissed or to be rejected. And then you do not get hooked up in this, or caught up in this dual perspective. You are able to hold everything. Because once we are entering a place of non-judgment, we're opening the door to wisdom. And wisdom does not judge. Wisdom views everything, looks at everything, and understands everything from that perspective. Wisdom knows why this person acts and decides these things, and why that person decides something else. Now, a human might say, this is good, and this is saintly, and this is evil, and this is bad. Wisdom does not do that. Wisdom understands. And wisdom holds everything. Now, this does not mean that you allow everything to take place in your life. You still get to have your preferences, and you still get to move along the path that suits you, meaning the path that is in alignment with your essence. And if that is peace and love and joy and connectedness and compassion, then you move along that path. And when something comes up that is seemingly the opposite to that, in your non-judgment, you see this as an invitation to remind you, this is not what we're about. This is not what I'm about. I bless you because I choose peace. I choose love. I choose blessing. I choose unity consciousness. And it means we cannot just enter a state of unity consciousness, at least that is my experience and the experience of many people I talk to, and then be in it. It is a constant, like this earth is a constant invitation to practice it, to work at it, to really show that we mean it, we want to live it, we want to experience it, not just in our minds, not just talking cleverly and spiritually, but actually living as that, living as non-judgment, living as love, living as blessing, living as light, and living as unity. Every day, every second actually. But there will come a point in the development when nothing else matters more than following the path of our true knowing who we are. Nothing else will be so interesting to you or equally interesting to you. It will be the single most important thing to be who you are, which is unconditional love. That's who we are. And when this point comes, we have this desire to understand the world and not judge it. We even know when we judge it that we're not within our true selves. We know we're actually in that moment separating ourselves from our true selves. We feel it. And so with what I just gave you, you can experience yourself more and more and practice more and more being who you are, being unity, holding everything because we are everything. I hope that this was helpful. Feel free to comment below. And for today, I'm gonna love you and leave you, and we'll talk again next time if you want to.